Hey, Kyle, you had a quick progression last year. Uh, what was the most important lesson that you learned from that?
Yeah, I would say early-ish in the year when I first got up to double A, so about 7 or 8 weeks in, just kind of like learning how to not feel bad for myself during tough stretches, just to kind of keep my nose down and keep going. That was really key for me, just being able to bounce back from an 0 for 4 and show up to the field the next day and just not being discouraged and just to keep going.
Nathan Ruiz.
Kyle, your power obviously gets a lot of attention. What do you consider your second best trait as a player? Or is it your power and something else is better than that? Just how do you kind of view your skill set in that way?
Yeah, I mean, I consider myself to be a pretty good defender as well. I kind of take pride in trying to help pitchers out and doing everything I can and also trying to impact games on the bases too, even though I'm not the biggest base stealer. I think I'm not too bad of a base runner, and I think there's other ways for me to impact the game, even if I'm not hitting a bunch of home runs. So
Steve Molesky.
Oh, even after such a great year last year, you yourself said, if you nitpick your own game, you talk about the contact part of it and working on that. When you and the team analyze that part of it and how you want to try to improve it, is there an aspect of it? Is there a spot in the zone? Is there a certain pitch? Is it too much chase? What things did you come to?
yeah, I think trying to stay process oriented with it, which would be getting rid of the chase. Swing decision, I think, is such a key thing that we talk about here. And if I can stay in the zone, I think that would help a ton. But also, I think just mentally, just not getting too worked up about it and not getting discouraged, and allowing, things to snowball. And I think that's an area and I can continue to improve on.
Dan Connolly.
Kyle, you're one of those guys we expect to get an MLB invite, but because of all the stuff that's going on, you started out in minor league camp. Now, when the CBA is reached, you'll go to major league camp. You're in Sarasota regardless, but is it kind of an odd limbo in a sense, knowing that you might kind of be switching back and forth?
At the moment right now, just trying to take care of each day, one day at a time, doing everything I can to continue to get better and get ready for the season. That's, all any of us can focus on right now. And just, getting our bodies right and getting locked in for April.
Zach Silver.
Hey, Kyle, I know your time in Arizona was cut a little short, but just what did you feel like you learned from just that atmosphere out there? And just where would you describe yourself mentally as a competitor going into this year?
Did you say my time in Sarasota or
Arizona? Sorry.
Oh, Arizona. Gotcha. Yeah. It was really cool to interact with players from different organizations and kind of hear and talk about the way they go about game planning. And, I think a lot of people are pretty impressed with how the Orioles go about our preparation against pitchers. And so it's pretty cool to see that a lot of the things that we're doing here, people really liked that. So I enjoyed that. And then I just always love seeing good players because I think that makes you want to elevate your game and the competitor in you wants to just continue to, get better. And I think seeing different guys can help you, spark that competitiveness.
John Mioli.
Kyle, you came into last season, really focused on being stronger and your off-season work was geared towards that. Is there a similar area of your game that you've really dedicated this off-season to?
Yeah, this offseason, I think it was just kind of learning about how to continue to take care of my body and how to even better prepare for a full season. Last year, I think we played, including the 2 weeks at the intro. So about 130 games was the season in total. And then this year's looking like 150 for the minor leagues, I think is what it is. And then obviously the big leaguers prep for 162 and then some in the playoffs. So I think that's just what I tried to focus this offseason on was just getting more in tune with my body, seeing if I can sharpen up any movements, taking care of more stuff in the weight room, mobility, stuff like that, I think was a big focus for me.
Nathan Ruiz.
Being an outfielder, have you seen Heston much? Have you been able to spend some time around him during this camp? And just what does he look like after what he's gone through?
Yeah, he looks good. I mean, he's a great guy. I really enjoyed being around him and just having a good time, again, working with him. Obviously, about the bat and the, exit velocity that he's able to generate and his just bat to ball skills. But I didn't realize how fast he was. The guy can run really well. So doing some running times, he's been impressive with how well he can run.
Our last question is from Steve Molesky.
You mentioned last year, Kyle, special group of people in this organization, and several players have referenced something along those lines today. There must be obvious ways that helps you guys that we could think about. Are there some not obvious ways that helps the players when you guys are helping each other?
Just speaking on the players, it's just they're so impressive, the types of people that we have here. I think each year when the new draft class comes in and I get around more guys, older guys, I'm just so impressed by just how, people pull for each other. I think you hear so often in minor league baseball that it's, individual and obviously, to an extent, everyone, is taking care of their own career and doing the best they can. But at the same time, we have a bunch of guys who don't have egos and are, kind of pulling for you and want to help you get better. And I think that just creates such a fun environment to be around. And I think, the best teams have guys that pull for each other. So I'm really excited to see how, this group continues to just grow together and learn as much as we can.